How about now? Yeah, I forgot to... Oh, good to know. I will fix that straight away. Ausgabe Aufnahme bisschen runter. Yeah, no, I forgot to turn on the fucking microphone. I mean, turn the microphone live. That's what happened. So I've been Okay, that's good to know. That was dead air for... I had no idea. I was, like, doing the Charlie Chaplin live stream. Yeah. That's the thing about OBS, yeah, you just have so many controls. It's quite easy, especially when you accidentally set up multiple sources for the same thing because you just weren't paying attention, and you just really can't be bothered, Oh, hold on. Also, only just occurs to me, but, OBS actually sounds like some sort of variant of IBS. Oh, well. The nice thing about this is all the stuff that I thought was going to be repetitive is actually totally brand new because I didn't have the fucking microphone on. That is... Oh, wait, I was trying to draw an arrow. I'm actually trying to move the queen. I am just fucking exhausted. Had considerably more time pressure. Work-wise than I've had in a very long time. And I won anyway. Thank you, yes. Last night, I'm glad this is tonight and not last night. Because I was just falling apart at chess last night. I was just so exhausted. I have 40,000 words to translate. Then the project manager's like, hey, got another 14,000 words that we're gonna have in the exact same fucking very tight time frame. And, Yeah, so I'm like, that's gonna be a bit difficult. And they're like, okay, no, it's okay. We're gonna move the big thing a couple of days, and then it'll be okay. And it wasn't okay because they sent me a fucking file that I had to spend an entire day reformatting just so I could work with it. And then there were two more relatively large jobs they threw in the middle. So I've had very little real downtime. So yesterday I was just ready to sort of flop out completely. Hence the tea. From my dwindling supply of Yorkshire tea that I brought over from Britain last time. Because there's just, the tea here is shit. Okay, have another one. Oh, you are? Where are you? People keep adding bullshit markers to the Google map of Pyongyang. Most recently, somebody added a Tesco Metro, which definitely does not exist. Okay, I think that knight's just kind of screwed. Within 29 yards, not bad. Oh, okay. Yes. Check this out, though. This is Google Maps. Tesco Metro. It's even got fucking opening hours. There's no Tesco Metro in Pyongyang. Somebody's just adding this shit. I think I actually saw, I mean, there are a bunch of these that are just, they definitely just made up. Okay, my king side is looking seriously scuffed. only San Francisco I've ever seen in my life was like 24 hours around I guess Brentwood and that as a thing, right, as sort of an orientation thing before flying to Japan on an exchange program in 1995. So all I know is that they have a lot of very steep sorts of winding streets. Oh, yes, that. Well done. I think we're going to switch over perhaps to... Let's see what I've got in the world of reaction fodder. The PragerU origin story. Famous actor's ridiculous pro-choice argument. Fireside. Oh, Dennis Prager. America's penis on nationalism, is it good or bad? Woke teachers taken down. Jill Simoleon reacts. Oh, in Park Yeon-mi. I was wondering when she'd end up on the PragerU circuits, and she's like the most wildly full of shit of the North Korean defectors with the media presence. I mean, if it's like ridiculously sensationalistic, she'll probably be involved. Otto's Tales. Okay. Maria Beju, I've never heard of her, but I'm guessing she's probably one of the various extremely well-funded members of the Venezuelan far-right. Maria Beju, Venezuela. Okay, let me see. It's such a fucking common name. Maria and Beju both. Oh, wait a second. Hey, okay, here we go. Hey. Yeah, I mean, she's one of these well-funded Venezuelan right-wingers who have made... And it's never... When it's non-dictionary and has multiple types of characters in it... But yeah, I did not expect that was the screen that was going to be coming up. I think I'll be editing that little bit out of this shortly. Oh, well, in honor of, oh, Joe Rogan. Let's see, maybe that's something. Okay, fuck it, why not? We're one step closer to dictatorship.
You can't do what you want to do and let...
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be some truly just completely...
You do what I want you to do.
Rational analysis here.
I mean, Don Lemon was talking about that openly on CNN.
Yeah.
Don't have a vaccine? Can't go to the supermarket. Don't have a vaccine? Can't go to work. Like,
it's so strange that people want to say things like that. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so strange that people don't want to get a fucking deadly disease that is extremely contagious and getting more contagious because you have a partially immunized population and fuck all public health measures. I mean, it's to the extent the U.S. isn't even actually, in any meaningful sense, keeping track of how many people are getting it, let alone their course.
That's the thing that blows me away. Why do people want to?
Because they're dumb.
They're dumb.
They're
right?
dumb. They don't understand history. They don't understand
Right.
human beings. They don't understand human nature. They don't understand the history of every single country that's ever existed other than the United States.
Whereas Joe Rogan is just a total man of the world. I mean, he knows every other country that existed. I bet he could even, I don't know, list them.
Up until 1776, every country that has ever existed was run by dictators.
Right.
All of them. This is the first one where you had elected officials. This is the first.
Need a couple of inverted commas around that word elected, considering how many people actually had a say in the matter.
First experiment in self-government that actually worked, and it created the greatest superpower the world's ever known. It created the greatest cultural machine, the greatest machine of art and creativity and innovation right here. And
the fact that this guy has a career is actually already refuting his point.
how did it do that? It did it through freedom. Because when you give people freedom, you let people do whatever the they want to do, they actually find ways to succeed and grow and thrive. But
yes, except for the whole slavery thing, and the whole exterminating as much of the indigenous population as possible thing. I mean, freedom really isn't the recurring theme when you actually look at the U.S., but, okay, so he's making absolutely no sense, but that's kind of, I mean, this is the guy, he's a cultural icon. He hosted Fear Factor, where we expect a certain level of political analysis from him.
But as soon as you put the boots to them, as soon as you tell them, you have to do this or you can't do that, you have to listen to me, now you have a mini dictator. You have one step away from a king. You have
wait a second, so having any rules at all means any dictator, because last I checked, bosses do this shit all the time. They say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Are you coming against that? Coming about against that, Joe Rogan?
You have a one step closer. You're moving one step closer to dictatorship. That's what the is happening.
Western civilization. It's been around for a while, but suddenly everybody is talking about it.
Yes, because there's a whole bunch of fucking right-wing foundation money for people to crap on about it and say the sorts of bullshit that only Ben Shapiro can say with a straight face.
Others are happy to see it go. But what exactly is Western civilization?
And what the hell is this to do with any... Okay. What? I mean, is this, like... Has Ben Shapiro hijacked Joe Rogan's stream?
Is it the great cathedrals of Europe or the Nazi concentration camps?
Well, surely, if anything, it's both.
Is it the freedoms secured in the U.S. Constitution?
For about 5 white people.
Or chattel slavery?
Well, again, what's with this either-or bullshit? I mean, if you want to celebrate Western civilization, why don't you celebrate all of its achievements, even the ones you apparently want to distance it from?
Life-saving medicines or poison gas?
Again...
The left likes to focus on the bad. genocide, slavery, environmental destruction. But those have been present in every civilization from time immemorial.
So, in which case, why don't we just talk about them?
The positives are unique to the West. Religious tolerance,
When was this religious tolerance? I mean, religious tolerance has been a Western value for, I mean, even just at the level of lip service for less than a century.
abolition of slavery,
Actually, no, that is not unique to the West. Everywhere that had slavery and abolished it did abolition of slavery.
universal human rights, the development of the scientific method. These are accomplishments of a scope and scale that only the West can claim.
And you can't even come up with this list without several of them being the West stopping doing shit that the West invented in the first place.
These aren't the only achievements that make the West special and uniquely successful.
Okay, go on.
As Western thought evolved, it secured the rights of women and minorities.
Yes, of course, it's, so just Western thought just sort of evolved and that just suddenly happened. There wasn't any fighting.
Lifted billions of people out of poverty and invented most of the modern world.
And, created poverty as well.
Progress hasn't been a straight line, of course, but the arc of history is clear. The obvious proof is that the world is overwhelmingly Western.
Okay, so the proof that Western civilization is so great is that the world was colonized by the West, and,
with few exceptions, those parts of the world that aren't aspire to be. Why?
Who the fuck aspires to be?
Why has Western civilization
What's that even
been
mean?
so successful? There are many reasons, but the
It has a lot to do with reverse engineering other people's technology and turning it into
best
weapons.
place to start is with the teachings and philosophies that emerged from two ancient cities, Jerusalem and Athens. Jerusalem represents religious revelation as manifested in the Judeo-Christian tradition.
Okay, wait, did they like fuck up the editing here?
Beliefs
Are we gonna
and-
watch this whole Ben Shapiro bullshit video here?
Good God created an ordered universe, and that this God demands moral behavior from his paramount creation, man.
Hold on. Where exactly do you get that? First of all, I mean, no, the demanding whatever is supposed to be moral behavior, yes, but I mean, I don't remember seeing anything about good. I don't remember seeing any moral judgment at all. I mean, how in the hell can you have a name like Shapiro and not be familiar with the fucking Old Testament, at least to the point of, the God of the Old Testament is kind of a prick?
The other city, Athens, represents reason and logic, as expressed by the great Greek thinkers, Plato and Aristotle, and many others. These two ways of thinking, revelation and reason, live in constant tension. Judeo-Christian religion.
Okay, now remember, okay, so, wait, so now the Middle East is Western then, but not now, I'm guessing.
Posits that there are certain fundamental truths handed down to us by a transcendent being.
Okay, Judeo-Christian, that doesn't actually exist, Ben. And what did you do with Joe Rogan?
Didn't invent these truths. We received them from God.
Well, okay. This is a little bit better than I expected. They got the Hebrew letters in the right order.
The rules he lays down for us are vital for building a functioning, moral civilization, and
As demonstrated by the Holocaust, the Inquisition, the colonization of the entire world. Yeah, I mean, very moral, very functioning.
for leading a happy life. Greek thinking posits that we only know truth by what we observe, test, and measure. It is not faith but fact that drives our understanding and exploration of the universe. Western civilization, and only Western civilization, has found a way to balance both religious belief and human reason.
Really? Okay, so let's hear your examples that show that this is exclusively... Let's assume I mean, because the political tendency Ben Shapiro represents such an excellent example of balancing religious belief and religious tolerance, especially. I mean, these are people who, like, outright want to just sort of impose Christianity at the state level. Religious tolerance, that's wonderful. And human reason, I mean, last I checked, a lot of your friends, Ben, claim that, dinosaurs walked the earth sometime before last Wednesday?
Here's how the balance works. The Judeo-Christian tradition teaches
What There is no fucking Judeo-Christian
that
tradition.
God created an ordered universe, and that we have an obligation to try to make the world better. This offers us purpose and suggests that history moves forward. Most pagan religions taught the opposite, that the universe is illogical and random, and that history is cyclical.
Yeah, except, first of all, most pagan this is not a classification that makes any sense, Ben.
History just endlessly repeats itself, in which
Well, yes, first is tragedy, then is farce, then is a fucking Ben Shapiro video,
case,
apparently.
why bother to innovate or create anything new?
Which is, of course, why these pagan religions are home to some of the greatest inventions around, like the discovery of the concept of zero and the shipbuilding that Britain reverse engineered in order to have their fucking empire. And
Second, Judeo-Christian tradition teaches that every human is created in the image of God. That is, each individual's life is infinitely valuable. This seems
this seems a little bit implausible when you look at the way Christianity has actually treated each individual's life. Judeo-Christian is this thing that right-wing Christians have come up with in order to exclude Muslims while pretending that they've always been in good with Jews.
evident to us now, but only because we have lived with this belief for so long. The far more natural belief is that the strong should subjugate the weak.
Which is, like, literally the belief that you have made quite a lot of money selling.
Which is precisely what people did in nearly every society in all of history.
Well, look, wow, isn't that's a picture of Western civilization. They're doing the exact thing that you say actually is not a Western way of doing things, Ben. You know, you can edit these things. You didn't have to have that picture in there.
Only by recognizing the divine in others did we ever move beyond this amoral thinking toward the concern for human rights, democracy, and free enterprise that characterize.
I love is they stick free enterprise in there. Oh, look, I mean, yeah,
the West. But Judeo-Christian religion alone didn't build our modern civilization.
It can't because it doesn't exist.
We also required Greek reason to teach us objective observation.
Yeah, because you see, if it weren't for Greek people, we wouldn't observe things. Before Greek people came around, people just sort of didn't notice anything. They just sort of sat around, yeah. Think I'll play racquetball.
That man has the capacity to search beyond revelation for answers.
This is okay. First of all, this is Eddie Izzard did this as a fucking joke, where he's like Socrates invented questioning. That's right, Socrates. Before Socrates, you know, you just say anything. It's like and you just say anything. That was like, yeah, I guess so then.
Greek reason brought us the notion of the natural law. The idea that we could discover the natural purpose, the telos, of everything in creation by looking to its character.
Okay, at this point, this is an essay suggestion for anyone who's looking for something to write, story starter. Looking at Ben Shapiro's character, what is his telos?
Human beings were created with the unique capacity to reason. Therefore, our telos was to reason.
Then why don't you, Ben?
By investing reason with so much power, Greek thought became integral to the Western mission. Nowhere is this more perfectly expressed than in the American Revolution, in which the Founding Fathers took the best of the European Enlightenment, with its roots in Greek thought, and the best of Judeo-Christian practice, with its roots in the Bible, and melded them into a whole new political philosophy.
Yes, genocide and slavery.
Without Judeo-Christian values, we fall into scientific materialism, the belief that physical matter is the only reality, and therefore also fall into nihilism, the belief...
No, nihilism and materialism are two very different things, and that's not really nihilism.
that life has no meaning, that we are merely stellar dust in a cold universe.
Well, I mean, we are that.
Without Greek reason, we fall into fanaticism, the belief that fundamentalist adherence to unprovable principles represents the only path toward meaning.
Which your employers, Ben, spend a lot of money promoting.
The Soviet Union, Communist China, and other socialist tyrannies rejected faith and murdered 100 million people in the 20th century.
That number is fun. Because that includes all of the Nazis that the Soviet Union killed in World War II. Like, I mean, the German army and the SS. Yeah, I mean, I saw something on how they came up with that number, and it is fucking wild how many different things. If you use the same standard for the U.S., it's easily several times that.
Much of the modern Muslim world has embraced faith, but rejected reason. It's noteworthy that when the Muslim world...
Oh, well, and, you know, it's funny, Ben, that now you mentioned the Muslim world, is that, yeah, there's actually been a couple of countries that have decided to spend a lot of money and effort and resources on promoting religious fanaticism in the past century in the Middle East in order to maintain control over the place.
The world did embrace Greek reason from the 8th to the 14th centuries. It was a leading center for scientific advancement.
Which already kind of fucks up your whole argument there.
So again, we need both Jerusalem and Athens, revelation and reason. And yet many want to reject both. These people call themselves progressives.
Yes, I mean, anytime you talk to somebody who identifies as a progressive, they, oh, my God, what, how are you? Yeah, I mean, the first thing that they'll tell you is that they're totally against revelation and reason. They hate both of those things.
Ironically, they want to take us backwards to a time when man was governed neither by reason nor faith, but by feeling, and therefore back to a time of moral chaos and disorder, of feeling over fact.
What time was that?
It would be a fatal mistake to follow the progressives. Stick with Athens and Jerusalem. I'm Ben Shapiro, editor of the Daily Wire and author of The Right Side of History for Praise.
Well, see, he's the author of The Right Side of History because, I mean, he has an excellent vantage point to see the right side of history because he's standing exactly opposite it.
University.
If reason were to bite Ben Shapiro in the ass, it would not be reason. Because there is no reason that anyone would want to taste Ben Shapiro's ass. I need to get some chapstick. I will be back in just a second, then maybe we'll do a little bit of Geoguessr. I am completamente raja. Lips are ridiculously dry. Looks like Britain. Yeah, it looks a lot like Britain, in fact. Sunday lunch, £5.95. Yes, we are in some place under British control. Let's see if we get a name of this pub. The old Forge Valley Inn. Oh, what's this panel Dan got to tell us? High-class family butcher. Brompton. Yeah. Oh, hold on. That sign looks very council-y. Community Library and Resource Center. Okay, we're gonna find out what local authority this is. Derwent Valley. It's in Yorkshire, I think. Yeah, Yorkshire. Ah, the posh bit of Yorkshire, Scarborough. Goodbye, fake Tesco Metro of Pyongyang. We're off to Yorkshire, where my tea came from. Here we are, Scarborough. Hackness Grange. That town has some of the best rural ponage in all of the East Riding of Yorkshire. Home Road, North Marine. Tough Love Tattoo Studio. What, so you go there, get a tattoo, and they end up, like, criticizing your life choices? What? Battle Cliff Road. Okay, come on, Pickering Road, where are you? Hmm, 3 miles, not bad. Okay, very green. Infrastructure's in reasonable shape. It's got those dashed lines on either side of the street that make me think maybe Ireland, except something about those buildings doesn't seem Irish. Oh, come on, give us a sign. Oh, is that a sign up there? I think that looks like a sign. You know, what Ben Shapiro said about reason and revelation being intention, that isn't necessarily true. Like, when I reason it out, I inevitably come to the conclusion that Ben Shapiro is a prick. But then, when I just turn on one of his videos, he reveals himself to me to be a prick. That's reason and revelation working hand in hand. Okay, whatever this place is, it's metric. Maybe Scandinavia? Yeah, I mean, and plus that sign a second ago and the quality of the infrastructure. Locust. Sojuba Locusta. Okay. Not... That looks like it wants to be finished, but it can't be. Because it's Lithuanian. Right between Vilna and Kovno. Okay, it's off to the Baltic. Oh, there's a great town name. I want a t-shirt from there. Show these keys. One of the oldest of the Indo-European languages. Kasparishkis. Kasparishkis. The Lithuanian Authentic House. Sodiva Laukista. There we go. Oh, 15 miles, not bad. Okay. This feels pretty North American. Okay, it is US or Canada. Only two places where you have 800 numbers that don't begin with a 0. We have a bin. Associated General Contractors of Washington. It's a union sign. No, it isn't. It's not a union, that is a Corporate Employees Association. Okay, so we're someplace in Washington. Okay. Now we've got a major street. Seattle yarn. West Seattle. Okay, I'm guessing it's in Seattle someplace. Actually, I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to... Oh, not bad. Looks like Taiwan. Someplace in Taiwan. Yeah, I saw. I couldn't make out whether it was 204 or 206. It was too blurry. Okay, this is pretty. From the streets, I'm guessing it's North America. Ah, we're in Canada. No exit but sortie. Need a stop sign to be sure. feels kind of maritime though as well. You get some French signage in New Brunswick. Oh, hold on, stop sign. That'll tell us. Just stop. So we're not in Quebec. If it were Quebec, it would say arrêt and stop. A bit south of where I need to be. Ontario, that's right. South of the Ottawa. Okay. And with that, it is time for me to call it a night. I will be back tomorrow as usual. And I will remember next time to actually have my microphone on the whole time. So good night, buenas noches, hasta mañana. Oh, well. If you are, I hope to see you. If you're not, have a good time whatever you're doing. Oh, wow. Where's that? Ah, cool. Well, good night.